Hello everybody. Right now I'm going to teach you how to divide decimals using our dot strategy and unit form. So starting off simply, let's go ahead and divide 0 and 9/10 by 3. So what we're going to do first is draw our 9/10 and divide them into 3 sections. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I can see that in each of my groups I have 3/10. This is the most visual, concrete way that students can see this. But you can also think about it like standard math facts. So instead of thinking, okay, 0.9, what's that? You can think about this just as a different unit. So you can say, I've got 9 of something and I'm dividing it into 3 groups. That's just like 9 wholes divided by 3, which is 3. But instead of wholes, I have tenths. So it's 9 divided by 3, but my answer is actually 3/10 because I started with tenths. It's like dividing 9 apples into 3 groups. This is just 9/10 divided into 3 groups. So our answer is not 3 wholes, but 3/10. Another example with unit form. Let's try 1 and 5/10 divided by 5. So I am going to go ahead and look at this as 15/10. 1 and 5/10 could also be written as 15/10. If I was to cut this number up into tenth-sized pieces, I would have 15 of them. So right now I'm thinking, okay, 15/10 divided by 5. What's 15 divided by 5? That's a math fact I know. It's 3. But instead of 3 wholes, my unit is actually tenths. So I know my answer is going to be 3/10. If writing it out with words is easier for your student, go ahead. 15/10 divided by 5 equals 3/10. Make sure that they're just maintaining that unit. We could also do this with our dot method. We could have done 15/10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Divided it into 5 groups. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And seen that I had 3/10 in each group. Okay, there are other ways that we can decompose our numbers into unit form. So now I'm going to do 1 and 5/10 divided by 5. So I could say this is 105/100 divided by 5, but I still may not know that math fact off the top of my head. So I'm going to separate this and say that this is 10/10 and 5/100. So 10/10 plus 5/100 divided by 5. Now I can divide 10/10 by 5, and I can divide 5/100 by 5. So if I divide 10/10 by 5, that's a math fact I know. I know that I'll just have 2/10 left. And if I divide 5/100 by 5, I know that I'm going to have 1/100. Oh, make sure that's hundredths, not hundreds. So I know that my answer is going to be 2/10 plus 1/100, 0.21, 0 and 21/100. So whatever way that you can decompose this into unit form that makes the most sense for your problem, that is totally fine. Finally, we're going to try a bigger number, and I'm going to show you how to regroup. So we've got 6 and 72/100 divided by 3. I'm going to go ahead and draw this one out because looking at this, I don't know 672/100 divided by 3. I don't know 67/10 divided by 3, 200 divided by 3. It's not a very friendly number for that. So I'm going to draw out my numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Tenths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 2/100. Okay, I'm going to try and divide this to 3 groups. I'm going to start with my biggest number, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That one worked out well. Okay, great. Tenth, I've got 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But I've got an extra one, this one. So I'm going to actually decompose this, this 1/10, into 10 hundredths. Now I've got 12 hundredths. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That worked out evenly. So I'm going to go ahead and add all these up. I've got 2 ones, 2 tenths, and 4 hundredths. So I know my answer is 2 and 24 hundredths. And if I were to estimate that, I would have said, okay, 6 and 72 hundredths. It's kind of like 6 divided by 3, which I can do in my head. So I know 6 divided by 3 equals 2. I know my answer is going to be a little bit bigger than 2 because I had this extra 72 hundredths. So just checking with my estimation, that makes sense.